just before you start, I'm going to stop the line right here, because if we've got too many responses and 4 questions, it'll be about another 10 minutes, and that's about when we should wrap this up. And I have one question that I wanted to end with for the 2 councillors. So we've got our lineup now, and then we'll move to the council. So we'll go through these 4, one of mine, and then we'll take these guys off the hot seat as well as they can do it. Thanks.
Good evening, Triple After from the village. You both mentioned infrastructure problems. Part of that is caused by urban sprawl. And would you agree to setting urban containment boundaries, or how to alleviate this problem, or do you have a different solution?
Wow, Jim, that's not a good one. That's a difficult question. I'm going to pass the mic to Darren. I think that normally we would say that growth from the center out is the way it should be. In other words, containment boundaries. But my understanding from my mentor, Bruce Milne, was that when Sechelt expanded its boundaries in 1986, it made a commitment to the outlying areas that it wouldn't penalize them or hold them back. So we have to respect some of that. I certainly agree in principle that we should be setting containment boundaries and that we should be growing from the center out in order to contain that urban sprawl. I really do think that's great. I don't know if in fact it's totally workable, and I'd like to work with staff to explore that farther, because I know that that is a recommendation that's coming out of the committee for council to consider.
I guess what wasn't mentioned is urban containment boundaries are important, because what they do is they put a green belt around your community, and within that you have densification going higher and higher into the core. What I'd love to see is us look at those containment boundaries. I know that there's outlying areas in Sechelt that may think that they would be affected or that there was an agreement, but what we do is we go out to the community and we communicate with the outlying areas, and I know that there's some areas in Sechelt that would like us to look at those boundaries, and what we need to do is talk to those areas and talk to the other areas. It's called communication. It's called communicating with our community, and we will be having meetings, if I'm elected mayor, with our council, with the community, to see how they want to deal with sprawl and to see how they want to look at densification closer to our core. Thank you.
When I left the house this afternoon around 6:45 to come down here, Irene said, "Bruce, remember, you're not allowed to answer any of the questions." But maybe at the end of the night I will. Go ahead.
Thank you, Bruce.